Hello, lacrosse fans, and welcome to the 2025 President's Cup, brought to you by JVI Sports Network, live from Whitby, Ontario, here at the Iroquois Park Sports Complex. My name is Lucas Arger, alongside Joe Sullivan. Glad to be with you for what should be an exciting week of lacrosse here in the Durham region. Joe, welcome to the Prezi.
Thanks, Lucas. I think you're totally right. We're going to have some great lacrosse here. Teams from all across Canada, and today we're looking at a three-peater with the Ladner Pioneers. Different lineup than we've seen in past years, but it should be great.
Today's game will be featuring, as Joe said, the Ladner Pioneers in the white uniforms going from left to right. Their opponent will be the Winnipeg Blizzard out of the province of Manitoba. They will be in the blue going right to left on your screens. Two teams that have been in this tournament before. Been a while since the Blizzard have been here, but as Joe said, Ladner, the three-time defending champions. Going to be interesting to see what kind of roster they have here at this tournament this year. Players are set, so are we, Joe. Teams are all set. Here we go. First whistle underway here at the 2025 President's Cup. First possession belonging to the Blizzard. Winnipeg had it for a second. Ball still on the turf, and the Blizzard get it back. Something new that is in effect this year in Senior B lacrosse across Canada, not just Ontario, but Canada, is an 8-second count. In years past, there's been no time count to get over center, but that is new this year. Shot by Blizzard will go up and out of play. Pioneers will be getting their first chance on offense.
Looks like they're following in just to the Pro League with that 8-second rule, trying to speed the game up a little bit in the transition area.
That's what more fans want to see, is more offense, more scoring, faster-paced game, and they hope the 8 seconds can work. Lacroix with it down. Comes around, shoots, scores! Dylan Lacroix with the first goal of this tournament this year, and it's quickly 1-0 Ladner, less than a minute into this game.
Seemed like a pretty innocent play, just kind of rolled himself out of the corner. We're going to get a look at it here, I think. Yeah, he rolls out of the corner uncontested, runs into a defender, and he's able to just drop it in past the goaltender.
Speaking of goalies, we forgot to mention that off the top, Joe. In net for the Blizzard, it is number 0, Drew Dickey for the Blizzard, and his counterpart is Alexi Bouquet.
Bouquet's very familiar with this area, won a Minnow Cup here. I think you were part of that club in some form.
Years and years ago I was. Winnipeg going to look to tie this game up after quickly seeing behind 1-0. That's going to be a back-in call on the Pioneers, as one of their defenders got knocked in and the ball went back into the crease. So Winnipeg is going to be on offense now. Michael Newman, their captain with the ball, going to swing it over to Delarue. Saved by Bouquet. No over and back, as that was off a shot. Ball still down on the turf. Delarue able to come away with it. He's going to find an outlet pass now.
Better get moving there, yeah.
8 seconds can sneak up on you quick. Delarue to the righties. Shot on. That just missed the net, and that's going to roll over and back. Play is still going to stay on, though, as no Blizzard player was near, so Ladner's going to pick it up. Pass up top.
Smart play just to pull that out. They didn't have the numbers out there to go to the net.
Cody Adamson with the ball. Another Whitby junior product many years ago.
Yeah, and you were looking up Cody's stats. He's got 83 points, 42 goals. So look for him to make some noise this week.
Dickey with his first save of the contest. It's always good for a goaltender to make a couple saves within the first few minutes. That way you get your feet wet, you test the waters, and you start to figure out what your opponent's shooters are going to be throwing at you all game long. That's going to be legal pick against the Blizzard. Ladner back the other way. That's going to be Mitch Winter running it with what appears to be a very long shaft that you see on defenders more and more nowadays.
Yeah, they want to get inside the gloves if they can.
Adamson rolls inside, shoots, just misses. Rebound controlled by Jarrett Wood. And he's able to run it across the timeline. Throws it away to the middle. Loose ball. Ladner comes away with it. And they got numbers back the other way. It's 3-on-2 for White. McCann the fourth is just going to throw it to Lacroix. He's going to get a seal up top. Loose ball now. Lacroix able to get it back for a moment. Now on the ground. Ball loose. Winnipeg comes away with it. And the Blizzard bench is loving it.
Ladner with a lot of pressure in the neutral zone there, trying to slow down the Blizzard. It's worked a couple times. And you see the Blizzard work the ball deep now.
Poitras with it. Over to De La Rue. He's trying to find a shooting lane. 5 seconds left on shot clock. Winnipeg needs to get a shot off. Poitras loses it. Loses the ball, and then he gets a little tangled up by a Ladner player, and that's going to result in an illegal push on the back by the Pioneers. Winnipeg's going to retain possession, and that gets the boys banging their sticks on the boards. They're pleased with that call as well. Winnipeg still on offense, looking for their first quality shot on Bouquet. He hasn't been tested much as we've played just over 4 minutes here in this first period. Shot on, saved by Bouquet. Now it's going to be another back-in call on Ladner. 2 back-in calls against the Pioneers early, Joe. Ladner's got to get that under control.
Yeah, it's good pressure by the Winnipeg team to get that ball in there like that.
Poitras, left side, gets a pick, looks inside, unable to connect. Kieran Mulvaney with it, up top on this right side. He gets a seal up top, shooting lane, shoots, shoulder save by Bouquet.
Bouquet made that look very routine. That was nice to see. He's calm, cool, and collected in there, and I'm sure that'll be a big part of Ladner's week.
Spencer Bromley with it on the near side here. Ten seconds left on the shot clock now for the Pioneers. Need to get one off. Bromley has it. He's up top. Had a shooting lane. Decides to send to the right. He's shot on now. That's going to hit a Blizzard defender and go up and out of play. So the Pioneers will retain possession. And it's going to be James Baker starting possession. Bit
of a Ladner bounce off the goalie with that. Nice to get that reset for them.
Bromley looks back door. Able to connect. Shoots. Saved on by Dickey. Anthony Melito comes away with it. Winnipeg quickly up across the timeline.
Dickey settled right in after that first goal. He settled in, made some nice stops early here for them.
Blaise Bezecki, the captain on this Winnipeg team, he sent it over to Colin Poitras. Back over to Poitras. He dips and dangles, goes short side, shoulder saved by Bouquet. And once again, Ladner's off and running with numbers. They have a 3-on-2 to the middle. And it looked like for a moment, Henning had a shooting lane, but elects to pull it out. 12 left on shot clock. Adamson, BTB pass. Shoots. Misses high. 4 on shot clock. Ladner needs one. Down low. Adamson shoots, scores!
Yeah, the defender just slipped off Adamson, and of all the players you mentioned, with 83 points this year, he's their leading guy, and that's not the guy they're going to want to leave open off of a slide.
Adamson almost had a run-in with Dickey.
Take a look here as they push up. Oh, they're going to push up, and he's the guy they leave alone, just goes inside post over top of Dickey's shoulder. That's tough for Dickey. Especially if that's their go-to guy to leave him wide alone. They got some homework to do, I guess, as they start off.
2-0 Ladner as we have played just over 7 minutes here. 6 minutes, I should say, in this first period of this first game of the 2025 President's Cup. Ladner and Winnipeg, 2 of the 4 teams in Pool A here, Joe. The other 2 we will see play tonight at 8 p.m. when the Brooklyn Merchants host the Can-Am champions, Allegheny Arrows. Shot on, saved by Bouquet.
I looked at these pools. Pool A and B both have very, very solid lacrosse teams in it. It's going to be a great week of lacrosse.
Coming into this tournament, there was no real clear-cut winner, and I don't think we're going to have any idea who may win this tournament until the semifinal matchups are announced after pool play is over. Because like you said, Joe, both teams are stacked with talent, depth, and veteran experience.
They really are.
Adamson up top now. 5 on shot clock for Ladner. Need to get one off. Inside to Adamson. He tried to go around the world. Nothing happened. Winnipeg comes away with it. Shot clock did not reset, but it's still going to maintain Winnipeg possession. They're going to wait to get their offensive unit out there as they look to try and get a ball past Alexei Bouquet, who has been rock solid so far in this game.
Yeah, and a stat that you had brought up earlier that they've gone 15-0 with Bouquet in net. They have not lost with him all through the playoffs. Anytime he started, they have been on the winning side. Pretty fantastic stat.
Being that Bouquet has been a member of the Pioneers for a number of years now, especially last year when Ladner won it in Ladner, playing behind NLL goaltender Christian Del Bianco. I think Bouquet can say that he's picked up a thing or two from a star-studded goalie like Del Bianco, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. You're not going to learn from that guy, then you're just not going to learn. He's a fantastic goaltender.
Shot on. Knocked down by Winnipeg. That's going to be a shot clock violation against the Pioneers. Winnipeg ball. The Ladner Pioneers play in the West Coast Senior Lacrosse Association. They are four-time winners of that league. And this Blizzard team was a bit of an all-star team. Joe, they kind of, I wouldn't say they put it together, but they definitely scouted some of the players that play out there in Winnipeg, and they put together a roster that they think can compete out here in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the difference will be, Ladner plays, all year long in a very competitive league. The Winnipeg team, they've kind of picked up guys here and there. It might be tougher for them to get into a flow and get into a rhythm together, but look for them to do good things. So far, off to a good start, down by 2, but still, great start.
Cody Adamson is going to send it down low to Braden Bushnell. Over to Forselius. Big hit on the far side by Carter Olette. Clean cross-check right in the midsection on Adamson, and he's a little slow getting back to the bench. Keep in mind, fans, this is Senior B lacrosse, so this is everything from 22 and 23-year-olds to grown men.
Oh.
So you have all kinds of talent, age, experience. You never know what can happen when you play senior lacrosse.
Winnipeg thought they might have had a goal there. Took a nice bounce with Bouquet all over it.
Lacroix with it, up top now for Bushnell. Over to Henning. Bromley. Far side, shot on, saved by Dickey. Rebound controlled by Ladner. That's Keegan Bell.
Looks to be Winnipeg playing like a man-on-man type system, which is going to leave it open. If they get those cutters going through, Ladner's going to have some success.
Bushnell had a great look inside, but Dickey able to make the save. Makes another one on a quick stick opportunity.
Another big save by Dickey.
Past the halfway point here of this first period. Ladner clinging to a 2-0 lead over the Blizzard. Shot on, saved by Bouquet on a great cross-crease look. DeLaRue looked inside, unable to find anything. Still 20 seconds on the shot clock. Winnipeg has a ton of time to make something happen. Nice passing, shot on, that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't overlook that save that Bouquet just made there. That went from right crease to right across to the left shooter, and he was able to answer, grab that inside post.
Jared Mollisey with it. He finds Bromley. Finds a cutter inside, unable to get a shot off. That goes wide. Adamson with it on the far side. He's going to try and body his way in. Spins around, shoots. Saved on by Dickey. He can't find the rebound. It's loose on the turf. Winnipeg's going to come away with it. That's going to be Matthew Carlin running it. He is going to leave it for Mulvaney. Mulvaney looking for an answer. Looks inside. And Bouquet did touch that, so that's going to be a reset. And Winnipeg now has a full 30-second shot clock that they can work with. Way better than the 10 they just had. Poitras, far side. Stick saved by Bouquet.
Yeah, Bouquet just stuck his glove out, tried to stop it in front of him, and just slipped off the side.
Less than 8 minutes remaining in the first period of the 2025 President's Cup, brought to you by JVI Sports Network. Lucas Arger alongside Joe Sullivan with you. Ooh, that's not good as Henning receives a pass from Bromley inside and scores.
I was just going to say, great ball movement by Ladner. You know, they're moving the ball, swinging the ball, getting it deep. I think we might get a look here, but it was just right in stride. He was able to let that thing go and catch down in by the inside post. You see here, they swing it deep, they pull everybody over, and then they just hit that mid-range shooter cutting across the middle.
And while we have a quick goalie water break, we want to acknowledge our sponsors for this game in Sports Durham. Sport Durham is a proud sponsor of the 2025 President's Cup. From grassroots to major international events, Sport Durham's award-winning Edge is there to take. Edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Please collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities.
And coming to Durham, pretty fantastic news that they're going to have themselves an NLL team playing out of the Trillium Event Center there, not too far from here.
No, that is something that many fans here in Durham are excited about.
I mean, you have to be. Durham is a lacrosse mecca. You know, I mean, between all the different teams they have here, junior A, junior B, junior C, some great minor programs, I would suspect that they'll have themselves a full house on many nights.
Definitely. And in collaboration, obviously, with the Oshawa Generals that play out of that building, I think they're going to be drawing some very good crowds.
It's good for lacrosse, good for Durham.
It's been a while since lacrosse was played out of that venue. I'm sure you remember, Joe, the good days of CLAX down at that building.
CLAX, and then it was followed up one season. The Arena Lacrosse League played out of there as well. Beautiful, beautiful venue.
Gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, talk about this ball movement that Winnipeg is having on this possession. Shot on, 2 seconds left. That's a reset. Bouquet did touch it. So Winnipeg is going to be able to maintain possession on that.
Well, with a Winnipeg offensive player rolling right out front, wide open, just got missed by his pass.
Broken stick on the play, so players are going to have to be careful and cautious of that. Delarue with it on the right side. 12 on the shot clock. Winnipeg needs to set a pick or get a cutter going to get a shot. There's going to be a seal. Wide open shot, saved on by Bouquet. Ball loose in front. Ladner defender able to poke it loose, but it goes right into the stick of Alex Delarue.
Those are the battles they need to win. Winnipeg needs to get themselves back into this game, and that's the third reset they've had off of this offensive play.
Players able to clear the broken stick out of the way, so no hazards in the middle of the floor now. As the lefties off ball are working, Potter able to get free shot on, just misses the net. Rebound controlled, shot on, saved by Bouquet.
Winnipeg looking a lot better, like they're coming into their own here. We talked about them just being able to get on the floor, get some reps in, and it looks like it's starting to pay off for them.
Spencer Bromley with it. 3 lefties, 2 righties out there for Ladner on this offensive possession. Forselius with it. Over to Molisi. Forselius working on it.
Oh.
Along with Jarrett Wood in there for Winnipeg. That's going to be a shot clock violation against Ladner. And the Blizzard, who I have to say have a very nice logo on the front of their jerseys, Joe. Not often you see a polar bear in the lacrosse community.
No, that's correct. It looks very good. Love the double blue.
Loose ball, someone looking to come away with it. It's going to be the Pioneers.
Smart play. McCann will pull up, wait for his offensive guys to get out, get some numbers.
Cody Adamson with the ball now. He's going to quarterback this offensive possession for Ladner. Down to Lacroix. Little bit of a slip. Now shoots, save. No save, actually. He just missed the net.
Great patience by Lacroix there to wait for the offensive player to get wide open out front.
I believe that was Molesey that just missed the outside post. And thankful for Dickey, he didn't touch it, which would have triggered a reset. Bezecki now. He was looking far side for Delarue, can't come away with it, but he does somehow get it. And Bouquet able to shut the door on him. Back the other way, partial breakaway for Ladner, shoots.
Another save by Dickey. Really coming into his own here.
Jackson Newfield with it. He's going to elect to pull out. One of the assistant captains here on this team. Shot on, saved by Bouquet. Routine outside stop that he has seen many times in his career. Had a quick playing stint in the NLL, member of both Saskatchewan Rush and the Vancouver Stealth, I believe, back then. I don't think they were the Warriors when Bouquet played for them.
I think you're right. They were the Stealth.
Backdoor feed, unable to connect. And Ladner has numbers going the other way. Once again, 3-on-2 if they can make something happen. Porter on his wrong side, shoots. Stick saved by Dickey. That was Jordan Stokes. I was looking for LeBurge back door, but he was able to find anything. And in reverse transition, Ladner is going to draw a possession call, and they're going to get it back. Lacroix over, stick save. Got through the legs of Dickey, but managed to stay out. And now Winnipeg will stay on offense, and they can get over the timeline, and they do just in time.
Both teams kind of run and gun there the last couple of offensive sets.
Shot on, right in the middle. Great look for the Blizzard, but unable to do anything. 2-on-1 the other way now for Ladner. Shot hits the post, and that goes off a Ladner defender. When's the last time you saw that, Joe? On a breakaway, hits the post, hits a defender, and goes out of play.
Little different play. You don't see that one every day, that's for sure.
Forselius with it. Under 3 minutes left in period number 1. Ladner has a 3-0 lead. Winnipeg has had their chances, but Bouquet has looked very strong all season, and he's looking so period number 1. Winnipeg on a breakaway. Carlin with it. In on Bouquet. Shoots. Saved by Bouquet. Loose ball in front. Bouquet with a big swing. Almost hits Carlin, but thankfully did not, or that might have been penalty worthy.
I think that would have been penalty worthy, to say the least. That was a pretty good chop. Great save by Bouquet, just the same.
Saved by Dickey, pad stop. Keegan Bell able to pick up that loose ball and stay out of the crease. He's rolling. He's going to send it over to Forselius, who will send it behind the net to James Baker. 12 on shot clock now for Ladner. Molesey. Far side, shot on. Saved by Dickey. Rebound, shoot, scores. Keegan Bell able to clean up the trash a little bit and find that loose ball, and it's 4-0 for the Pioneers.
Great hands in tight. That ball bounced out, and Bell was right there to pick it up. Kept his feet outside of the line and just danced Dickey one way to the next.
And I don't think Dickey's too pleased with himself either after that one, Joe. That is probably one he's going to want to have back. He feels like he should have had that rebound more secure, and unfortunately he did not.
Yeah, he secures that rebound. He doesn't have to worry about that. It's a tough situation for him. Tough situation for the team to go down by 4 with only under 2 left to go.
Back to the draw now. Ladner able to win it. That's going to be another draw win for the Pioneers, as Kyle Williams has won all 5 draws that he has taken so far in this game. There's been 5 draws. He's taken all 5. He's won all 5. So he's 100% right now at the dot. Bromley gets a steal inside, just misses. Cody Adamson, one-on-one with his defender. As that's Hudson Parnell that's able to defend him. Adamson able to get the shot off, but he missed. Loose ball now. Shot clock winding down, and that's going to expire.
Adamson's drawn a little more attention now up front. He's trying to kind of bear himself into that crease area. Winnipeg defense did a good job keeping him outside. 1
minute remaining here in the opening period of the opening game of the 2025 President's Cup. Winnipeg. Shot saved by Bouquet. That kind of fooled him a little bit as that hit a stick on the way towards him. Winter with it. What do you do if you're Ladner here, Joe? Do you go for a quick shot and try and call a timeout, or do you use the shot clock on this possession?
Well, I would have taken that quick shot. You might as well use your timeout, get yourself settled in, talk something through, but they chose not to. We'll see what Winnipeg does.
Winnipeg able to intercept a pass. About a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock as Joe LaRue tried to go to work on his defender, unable to do something. Down low, Blizzard player calling forward. He tried to shovel a shot, just misses. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Far side, shoots. Stopped on by Bouquet. He's going to corral that. And now Ladner is going to call timeout with 8 seconds remaining here in the first period.
Yeah, I would have thought we would have seen one by Winnipeg to try to drum something up to use their first timeout, but maybe they thought they had a good look there and they were just going to push the ball. What a great facility. Whitby coming in and Brooklyn coming in now with the new carpet here. It's just been fantastic. I know the players appreciate it in the MSL and the senior B loop and the junior loop. I mean, it's just so much nicer to play on, so much easier for the boys. Absolutely,
and I know the town of Whitby had to do a lot of work, trimming it, cutting it, gluing it, etc., and putting it down on top of the concrete, but they did an amazing job. It looks clean, it looks fresh, it looks great, and like you said, I know the players and more importantly the coaches are happy because they don't have to lose momentum for towel wipes and sweat stains and all that other stoppages that you get on the concrete in the hot summer months.
Just the wear and tear on players' knees. You ask any player where they'd rather be, and it's on turf every day. And this is NLL style turf, so it's nice and thick, cushiony.
Here we go. 8 seconds left in the opening period. Penning with it. Over to Bromley. 2 seconds. Shot on. Blocked by a Winnipeg defender. Gets another shot off, and it goes up and out of play. So Ladner got the look they wanted, but the Blizzard defense comes up strong, making a couple of 2 big blocks. As we conclude the first period here at the 2025 President's Cup, Ladner able to get off to a very quick start. They are up 4-0 over the Winnipeg Blizzard. We will be right back here with second period action after these messages.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
Cup, brought to you by JVI Sports Network. We want to give a big shout out to our sponsors for this tournament, including Sport Durham, Summit Access Solutions, DKI CRCS, Kimusabi, and Special Benefit Insurance Services. If you're with Sport Durham, they are a proud sponsor of the 2025 President's Cup. From grassroots to major national events, Sport Durham's award-winning edge is the care we take to create memorable participant experiences and lasting legacies. Collaborate with Sport Durham to host your best event yet. While you're here, be sure to visit durhamtourism.ca for things to do across Durham Region's 8 vibrant communities. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, man and amp, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible. Special Benefits Insurance Services is a proud sponsor of the President's Cup this year. At SBIC, we're more than just an insurance agency, we're a family. Proudly serving Canadians nationwide since 1993. For over 30 years, we've helped families and individuals find the right health, dental, and travel insurance. Always a friendly expert advice that's completely free. Whether you're planning a trip, protecting your health, or making sure your loved ones are covered, we're here with Clarity Care, decades trusted of experiences. Visit us today at sbis.ca. Town Brewery is based right here in Whitby and is focused on strengthening our community through good work and good times. Check out the brewery just around the corner at Brock and Victoria Street, where they brew tons of lagers, sours, and IPAs. And if you've never been, be sure to head up their town pump house waterfront location just down the street on the shores of Lake Ontario. Let's take a look back here at the first period highlights. All Pioneers here, Joe. Zach Lacroix got them started.
Yeah, I mean, Ladner's experience has really come through here in the offensive side of things. Maybe Winnipeg just, again, trying to get in with each other, but here just a simple miss. You know, a guy, one up pitch, not leave you wide open like that. Ladner cashes in. Here you're going to see them swing the ball, swing, then right back into the middle of the floor, and right on the run, grabs the inside post again. Dickey with not much of a chance there, but great ball movement by the Pios. Coming around here, again, the big rebound that I know Dickey would want back, and again, who gets it? Right out front, inside, one fade, and he's got himself a goal. So again, like to your point, all the Pios going into the first period.
As we said off the top of this broadcast, Ladner, 3-time defending President's Cup champions, looking for a fourth. This is not the roster they had previous year. Second period, right underway. Whistle is blown. Players are ready, so are we. Let's play some lacrosse. Loose ball. It's going to be Winnipeg coming away with it. Jackson Newfield able to find Patra on this near side now. Remember, we're in the second period now, Joe, so teams are going to have to be mindful of that long change, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, and they got to be aware of it. You'll see offensive players stay on the floor to try and shut down that transition.
Patra, 5 on shot clock. Trying to pass up top. That gets knocked down by Matthew Colebrook. Unable to get a shot off from Patra. That's going to be a shot clock violation against the Blizzard. Second period now. Blizzard are going left to right on your screen of the blue jerseys. Ladner in the white with red lettering.
Piles look very comfortable. Ladner again.
Gurney with it. Sorry, that was not 21. That was 71 in Bushnell. Turnover from Ladner. It's going to be a Blizzard possession. And I like to see Blizzard push the ball a little bit more now. Now that we're in the second period and offense is near their goalie, their opposing goalie. I'd like to see if they can make some more transition opportunities happen. They didn't have a lot in that first period.
No.
6 on shot clock, saved on. Saved by Bouquet. Stretch doing the splits. Alexei Bouquet.
That is a big man to pull the splits off. So credit to him.
McNann with it. He's gonna pass it off to Molisi and head off for a change. 2 straight offensive possessions we've seen from Ladner where they swing the ball behind the net and they try to make something happen. Shot on scores.
They are for sure going to want that back. Dickey just kind of drifted off that inside post.
Baker absolutely picked a spot short side. Dickey's not happy about himself with himself.
You're going to see here, comes out of the corner, sees that he's off that post, and just catches in, uses the defender as a bit of a screen.
Joe Ladner starting the second period, same way they started the first. A goal within the first 2 minutes of the period. They've now stretched their lead up to 5.
Lucas, I think you're bang on. Winnipeg has to use that transition to their advantage here. They've got to drum something up. I don't think they can sit back and wait and just hope for their 5-on-5. They've got to push the ball.
It's tough coming from a province that has a small and unfortunately a not veteran leadership and experience program that's out there, and it's tough when you're playing against the juggernauts coming from BC, Alberta, and Ontario. And for Winnipeg, they have the BC representative and one of the Ontarios in their pool this week, so it's going to be tough to see how well they can handle with this caliber of competition.
It's great they're here. Let's not cut that out. It's great to see teams from all across Canada be here and represent, and they'll just get better by it.
Patra tried to find inside, unable to get a shot off on Bouquet. Patra with it, 5 on shot clock, comes around the top, saved on by Bouquet. Rebound in front, shoots, saved on from Bouquet again with another split save. Ball rolls in the crease. We're going to get a crease violation on Winnipeg, and it's going to be Pioneers' ball.
Very impressed with Bouquet, just his composure there. That ball was all over his crease, 2 and 3 Winnipeg offensive players.
He spent many days, many hours, many long nights in this building as a young teenager and young 20-year-old. He is now making his return here as a member of the Pioneers in the President's Cup. That almost got out of play, but stays in play. Adamson, 2 on shot clock, shoots on. Pad save from Bouquet. Rebound, Adamson able to get it. That's Dickey that made the save, not Bouquet.
Bouquet's good. He's not that good. He's not making them on both ends, but yeah.
Be cool if he was.
Yeah.
Almost an 8-second count against Winnipeg. Able to get it back. Shot on. Cross crease passing from Winnipeg, but Bouquet still able to keep the ball out. I don't know how many saves Bouquet has made here. We'll have to check the stats on that, but he's got to be inching close to 15. Hopefully he's up to 20 by now.
I think he'd be pushing 20. You're right, Lucas.
Wow. 20 saves in 25 minutes of play? It's pretty good so far. Shot on. Winnipeg almost had a breakaway opportunity, but that pass just out of the reach of Jarrett Wood.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there. You'd love to see them get, some more chances, maybe catch fire, but that ball just a little bit errant.
Colin Potter now. He was able to get a steal, finds a man inside. He gets checked. Ball becomes loose on the turf. Bahunik able to come away with it. 5 on shot clock. Outside shot. Just misses. Potter with the rebound. He's going to dart in. Tries to get a shot off. Unable to. And that's going to be a shot clock violation once again.
With the play of Bouquet, Ladner's defense is able to get very aggressive.
Molisi makes that pass. Receives that pass, I should say, coming off the bench. Outside shot, saved by Dickey.
Adamson back playing defense. He was shutting down that transition. Smart play by him. Would allow Dickey to throw the ball all the way down.
15 seconds left now on the shot clock for the Blizzard. Outside shot, scores! Alex Delarue with the Blizzard's first goal of this tournament. And the shutout is broken for Bouquet as it lasts just over 25 minutes in this tournament. But the Blizzard now on the scoreboard. It's now 5-1.
5-1 with an outside shot here. Looked a little bit harmless from our vantage point, but when you look at it here, you can just see the crowd that was in front of Bouquet that he would have had to try to pick that ball up from as he steps around three players and just goes in short side top.
That looked to be a bounce shot too, Joe. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that was, but it definitely went upwards. I'm not sure if that was a bounce shot that went up and over Bouquet or if that hit Bouquet and deflected upwards, but either way, ball across the line, and the Blizzard are on the board. And as soon as they win the draw, they unfortunately committed an over and back violation. Adamson with it now. He looked to go inside, but he gets roughed up by Jackson Newfield, and he comes away with it. But we're going to have
too many men.
An illegal substitution penalty against the Blizzard.
They got 6 on there right now,
so
hard to hide that one.
It was.
Not probably the turnaround that Winnipeg would have been hoping for. They get a little bit of momentum with a great outside shot and then find themselves right into the penalty box.
So the first power play of the game will belong to the Ladner Pioneers, as Winnipeg will be shorthanded for 2 minutes or less after sending 6 players on the floor for an illegal substitution. And that's going to be Matthew Melito that will be serving that bench minor for the Blizzard. Ladner's power play unit will go to work here. It will be Adamson, Henning, Bushno, Bromley, and I believe Lacroix. That will be the unit out there. Adamson up top, gets a seal, over to Bromley. That's going to be a legal pick. Too hard of a pick was set. That's going to be a turnover. Blizzard back the other way. Floats the ball up there. But Ladner able to pick that pass off. And the Blizzard will not be able to kill off too much time on their penalty.
Big looping pass is not going to be successful there. They need to just send him down the floor.
Adamson over to Henning. Up top. Down low. Henning the shooter. Adamson the point man. Bromley, Lacroix on the crease. Ladner goes to work. Adamson gets the top, seal up top. Shot on, saved by Dickey. That's going to be a crease violation. Ball did not completely roll out of the crease.
Too tempting. It's just sitting there, gaping net, so for sure he wanted to grab that. Just a little too early.
That's still the Lacrosse Canada crease rule. You cannot reach in at all. It is a cylinder, unlike the NLL, Joe. So, like you said, just got a little too antsy. Patra sets a hard seal. That was not Patra, I apologize. That's Bezecki on the man down unit. He set a hard pick. Patra tried to save that, but that is going to be an over-the-back violation against the Blizzard. 45 seconds remaining here on this power play for the Pioneers.
They've got lots of time. Their power play moving the ball around very well with Adamson up top, kind of anchoring the whole thing.
Bromley over to Adamson. Shot on, saved by Dickey. Loose ball now. Blizzard have it the other way. Parnell in on Bouquet, shoots, saved by Bouquet.
It's a tough 5-hole to get to with that great big stick. Great opportunity to get them down the floor.
Bromley, quick pass over to Adamson. He's unable to find it. 10 seconds left on the power play. I think Ladner would be content here to just hold it, but they're going to go quick instead.
Yeah, that guy comes out and you're
all even, back to 5-on-5 now. Shot on from Lacroix, saved by Blizzard. It was saved by the Blizzard, but it was Dickey that made that save himself. Another save from Dickey, and that's going to be a back-in call.
Smart heads-up play by Lacroix there to push him back in before he was able to clear it.
And a back-in violation, I should say, against Winnipeg is what allows Ladner to maintain possession. Bromley looking for a shooting lane. He's unable to find one. That shot goes wide. Bushno with it. He's working a 2-man game with Adamson. He goes underneath, slips it up top for Adamson. He gets around, gets a shot off, stick save from Drew Dickey. And these repeat possessions are wearing down this Blizzard defense. They need to get a stop here and fast, or Dickey just needs to hold on to a ball in his equipment, get a bit of a stoppage, and because Ladner is just pursuing and pressuring them relentlessly.
Yeah, it's a good call, Lucas. You're totally right. I think that Ladner sees something in that, and they're pushing and stretching them all over the floor. The Winnipeg team making some small mistakes.
Numbers here now for the Blizzard. Backdoor shoot. And Winnipeg tried to get a shot off, as that was Jared Korshen, who was looking to get a shot off, but stepped in the crease, unfortunately, on that white line. That's going to be Ladner's ball. They go back the other way. Bromley shoots, saved on by Dickey. You've been saying Dickey's name a lot so far, Joe.
He really has made a lot of saves. I know it's 5-1, and people might think it's not much going on, but I'll tell you, he's made a lot of saves. This game could be quite different, not for the play of him.
De La Rue looks far side for Patra. He tries to find a shooting lane, gets a seal up top, takes a bit of a stick up high, and he's going to lose the ball, and he's going to play some defense a little bit. Tried to dislodge the ball from Cal Slade, but able to find something. Scores back the other way.
Quick little backhand. Hopefully we get a chance to look at that. That's very quick thinking. Caught Dickey running with the player, and the player was able to just drop it back over his backhand. Was that for Celis?
I'm not sure who that was.
Good transition, quick dump in, and then just as he pulls Dickey over, Dickey kind of does the scarecrow, and he's able to just drop that backhand right far post.
But you were right, Joe. That was for Celius on that goal off the assist from Douglas Porter.
Great play. You don't do those plays if you're just putting a team together. These guys have played together for a bit. They know each other. They're going to be able to find each other in those kind of transition plays.
That's the positive of the second period in transition. Your bench is much closer to your opposing goalie. You're able to make quick line changes like that, which generate scoring opportunities. Adamson looked like he was just going to walk in, but he's going to lean for Keegan Bell. Shoulder saved by Dickey.
Two big players on the offensive side there, Adamson and Bell, seem to have their way with that Winnipeg defense and the matchups that they're finding.
Two tall men. Bell set the screen, popped inside, but he was unable to corral that pass. Ladner still has 10 seconds left on this possession, on this shot clock. Bell rolls around, shot on, saved by Dickey. Loose ball now. Bell trying to corral his own rebound, unable to get it. And that's going to be the Blizzard going back the other way with Olet just holding on to it, but he sent a pass that got knocked down. Tried to leave it for one of his teammates, but that's going to get corralled by Slade.
It's exactly what you were talking about that Winnipeg needed, is that transition. They pushed the floor, but nobody hustled the bench to release that guy another 30 feet out the offensive door.
The thing that you do have as a benefit to you, Joe, on the NLL turf is the change boxes. Look where the door is to the end of the change box. You still have an extra 2, maybe 3 feet that you can have a guy just creeping out there and leaking. Shot on, saved by Dickey.
Yeah, they've got to use every advantage here if they want to get themselves back into this thing. They've definitely got hustle.
Patra running the floor. He had De La Rue, who was calling for it, but he was unable to find him. He's now going to send it far side. Shot on. Bushno with it. He's got Porter. He's going to set a seal for him. I believe he finds Bromley that came in off the bench. Pass behind the net gets knocked down by Anthony Melito. There are 2 Melito brothers on this team. Anthony is 4 and Matthew is number 5. So we will try not to get those 2 men mixed up over the course of this week, but I'm sure it might be bound to happen.
Yeah.
Especially when they are a number apart on the roster. De La Rue. Over to LaBerge. Big hit. LaBerge tried to catch that ball, and as he did, he got absolutely dummied. And that's going to be a loose ball push. Blizzard with the ball. LaBerge with it now. Over to De La Rue. Gets the seal. Gets the shooting lane. Shot saved on by Bouquet as he dropped the shoulder.
I think they're pretty happy taking those shots from out there. Bouquet's seeing that well. He's moving well. And Winnipeg seems to be trying to shoot up high on Bouquet, which I'm surprised. He's just such a big man up high. But again, maybe they'll fall into their own here.
As you were analyzing Bouquet's stature, Joe, Winnipeg almost got caught on an illegal substitution once again. They had 7 players on the floor at one point. Shovel shot. Does not get off in time from Lacroix, and that's going to be a shot clock violation against Ladner.
I think he's slow to get up there. Looks like he might have pulled something. Hopefully they don't have to make a change there. He's been a difference maker for them.
Bezecki Apologies, that's Newman that was trying to drive in and go underneath, but Ladner wasn't having any of that. Henning with it. Laszlo Henning gets the steal from Adamson, going to send it far side to Bromley coming off the bench, shoots. Dickey didn't know where that ball went. Hit his leg, that's all he knows, but he doesn't know where it went.
There's some transition that we were talking about, looking for.
3-on-2, 4-on-2 for Winnipeg. Backdoor. Tried to go high, Bouquet dropped, unable to hit the target though. That's another missed shot that hits the net. And Ladner, once again, in transition. 2-on-2 the other way if they want it. Backdoor shoots. That scores, goal straight across the line.
Just dropped in there. Dickey reached behind, dove behind, actually, to see if he couldn't pick that off, but not able to. Great opportunity for Winnipeg. Turns around, comes right back in Ladner's favor.
Baker comes in off the bench on his wrong side, goes posting in.
I think you called it perfectly. Just sprints in off the bench, which you always want your play. Wrong side, too, to be able to find that. Great opportunity. Again, Ladner's experience showing.
Far post off the back of Dickey and rolls just over the goal line. As the Pioneers' lead is stretched to 6 goals, they're now up 7-1 here.
And in this tournament, goal differential is so key. It's so key. Many, many times you see this come down to somebody's in or out based on that goal differential.
Either one more goal for or one less goal against can mean the difference between playing in a semifinal match or a consolation game when it's all said and done. Adamson working a 2-man game with Bell. He finds a lane, shoots, scores.
You know, honestly, that froze Dickey right up. I don't know if he was completely screened there, but Adamson used that defender to his advantage. I didn't even see Dickey move on that shot, but I mean, Adamson placed that just inside that far post. Fantastic shot you'll get to see here.
Far side on Dickey's left foot, and that's just textbook shooting.
Yeah. There's not much Dickey could have done. The defender needs to get out over top of his hands and not let that Adamson shoot the way that he's being able to shoot and get him to have the time that he's had.
The one thing you always have to remember in lacrosse, whether it's box, fields, or any other variation of, get top side as much as you can, and unfortunately, that Blizzard defender was not able to do that as Adamson just takes 2 steps around, puts his stick out, and wires a shot. Draw one by Winnipeg, and they're going to have possession. 2 Ladner bodies down on the turf. Winnipeg might look to push it. They're going to try and do it. Numbers. Over to Patra. Down low. De La Rue shoots. And Bouquet was already down, and that's where De La Rue shot, right at his stick. Bouquet's body was already on the turf, and unfortunately couldn't get a ball past him.
Great opportunity, though. Winnipeg executing exactly what we said, they need to try to do, push that floor and get, a couple of goals back here and close that differential.
Baker going to walk in, just goes high. That's going to be an over-back violation. And an over-back violation is going to cause
goalie water break.
Goalie water break here. We will go to a quick stoppage here and play. This second period is brought to you by Summit Access. Summit Access Solutions is a turnkey access company that can accommodate any and all projects from scaffolding, swing stage, man and amp, material lifts, weather enclosure systems, and shoring, just to name a few. We specialize in making what looks impossible possible so that you can complete any project safely, efficiently, and on time. Call us at 1-877-786-6483 or visit us at www.summitaccess.ca for more information. As we have 4.5 minutes remaining here in the second period of the first game of the 2025 President's Cup, Joe, it has been all Pioneers, and unfortunately for Winnipeg, they've had their chances, just unable to put the ball past Alex Bouquet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the experience. For Winnipeg, chalk it up to, getting here, getting ready, coming in and playing with maybe some different players than they would typically play with. I love their hustle. I really do. I love the play of Dickey early on, but Ladner's experience has just shone through.
Mitch Winter on a partial breakaway. Shot on, saved by Dickey. And Gurney able to keep the pressure on as he and Winter were able to push the Blizzard defender back in to the crease. That was Jordan Stokes. And that's another back-in violation. So even when you're in transition and you don't score, you want to keep that pressure on because you never know what could happen in the sport of lacrosse. It is a very quick and fast-paced game. Fastest sport on 2 feet for a reason. Winnipeg on a partial breakaway. Carlin shoots, stopped on by Bouquet. And that was Parnell, I apologize, not Matthew Carlin. That was Hudson Parnell that almost scored past Alexi Bouquet.
Yeah, it was good hustle ball Parnell, but again, Bouquet there to answer each and every time, all but once.
James Baker with it. Over to Henning. He shoots. Glove save from Dickey. The Blizzard have to do a better job at getting out on hands and taking away scoring opportunities as that goes in, courtesy of Spencer Bromley.
And you hit the nail on the head right there. That play was exactly what happened earlier. Like, not 5 seconds earlier, they both slid off to support against the ball. One pass beat 2 players, and again here you're going to see the same thing happen down low.
So we're going to have what would have been a penalty on the Blizzard, but Forselius washed that off with the goal as he takes one step around and goes far side top corner on Dickey.
Yeah, not much Dickey can do there, but that defense, hopefully they clean themselves up here just a little bit and get into those slides a little earlier and read that play. Defensively just leaking a little bit.
That goal from Forselius looked very similar to the goal that Lacroix had, the first goal of the game. Just steps around the crease, goes far side lefty, goes and then over the right shoulder on Drew Dickey.
Yeah, very similar.
So as we said, fans, and to all of our lacrosse fans that are watching on this stream, if you saw a delayed penalty from the arm of the official, it was washed out by the goal, hence why we were back to 5-on-5 here. 2-on-1 for the Blizzard. Far side, De La Rue shoots. Bouquet able to make another stop against the Blizzard offense. And I bet De La Rue is feeling a little frustrated as he's had multiple opportunities to score past Bouquet, but unable to capitalize on any of them. Saved by Dickey. That was Baker that sent the shot in on goal. Loose ball now on the turf. Ball comes loose. And overran by Winnipeg. Numbers back, 3-on-2. Ladner, far side, shoots, scores!
Very unfortunate turn of events. They work hard along the boards. They pop the ball up. 2 Winnipeg players run right past the ball. The Ladner piles, they pick it up, dump it deep, and you're going to see, what that changes into.
So you're going to see Henning pick up the ball. He's going to send it over to Adamson, who sent it far side. I believe that was Forselius, was that?
I believe it is, yeah. Yep.
Forselius, 2 quick goals here for the Pioneers as they have reached double digits now. It's now 10-1 in favor of the Pios.
You've got to do something different here, Lucas. Again, I don't want to keep going back to the whole differential, but that's what it's going to be at this point. Being 10-1, not sure Winnipeg has it in the toolbox to come back.
It's going to take, I wouldn't say a miracle, but it's going to start with 1, and it's going to take
8 more.
A lot of efforts.
And Henning coming up goal, 17-43.
Just under 2 minutes remaining here in the second period. As we just mentioned, Ladner has scored their 10th goal of the game. Loose ball push against the Blizzard, and Jordan Stokes is not too happy about that as he had a couple words for the trail official there. Backdoor, Forselius. 15 on shot clock. Baker with it. He's going to go off for a change. Sends it over to Keegan Bell, who's alone on an island. He's going to dip, go underneath, shot on. That hit the crossbar. That's going to trigger a reset for whoever gets it. And Winnipeg is screaming for some help, but that's going to be an 8-second violation against Winnipeg. As
that's a tough one. I mean, they had players down the floor. The defender just thought he had a little bit more time.
Carlin had no help, and because he ran around the net, he wasted about 2-3 seconds there, which caused a turnover against Winnipeg. 1 minute remaining here in period number 2. Henning, inside, shoots. Unable to get a shot up as that was behind goal line extended, which does not trigger a reset at all. Ball still on the turf.
Oh, hard work.
There's going to be no reset on that, and that's going to be a shot clock violation against Ladner, as there was no reset on that, and you saw the single-side official counting down.
Yeah, for people at home that might have thought they had the reset, he was counting that down right in the ear of the offensive player.
Timeout called by Winnipeg. 30 seconds remaining here in the second period, so the shot clock will be off here for this possession for the Blizzard. You can assume that Dickey will be on the bench, as we'll go 6-on-5 for the extra attacker. Hopefully they're able to get one more ball past Bouquet. As you can see, Bouquet having a quick conversation with the official right now, talking about something. Who knows what that conversation could be about, Joe?
You know what? Veteran players will do that, right? They want to be in the ear of the referee, and the referee's talking to them. It's that communication. It seems like a small thing, but some of the best players that I've coached, they're all about that. They want to make sure that the referee understands what it is. The guy that I coached that just finished in the Middle Cup, Andrew Suter was my captain in Minnesota. He was famous for that. Always talking with the referees, making sure that they felt what he was seeing and understanding it. So just a good veteran move.
Suter, one of the best players in the NLL that ever played the game. A big, tough, strong body he has on him, doesn't he?
You know, you can say all that stuff, and he does, absolutely. But his leadership, I mean, that's why I watched that Orangeville team play, and it's they play his style, just tough, rough, pick themselves up, dust them off, and they go again. And, hats off to them for an absolutely incredible season. Adnak's obviously coming home with a Minnow Cup. Watching Cody Molosky just had a fantastic Minnow Cup.
48 years since a team from British Columbia won the Minto Cup in Ontario. Congratulations to the Coquitlam Adnaks that were able to do that. That tournament is now over, and the President's Cup is back underway here. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. De La Rue with it up top. He's going to send it over to LaBerge. Blizzard go to work now. 12 seconds left. Shot, saved, gets blocked.
That's a lot of time to be on that clock.
That's going to be 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that goes up and out of play. And they are going to play the final second here. And LaBerge is just going to float it in. Bouquet going to corral that. As 40 minutes have been played here in the opening game of the 2025 President's Cup. Ladner kept pouring it on there. 6 goals in that second period. But the Blizzard do get on the board, Joe. But it wasn't enough as Ladner leads 10-1 after 40 minutes of play. We'll be back here with third period action of the 2025 President's Cup after this intermission.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
From our unique origins to the modern game, the global lacrosse community has been preparing for this moment. Together, we step into a new chapter of growth, competition, unity, and inspiration for the next generation. Welcome to a new era of lacrosse. At the Olympic Games in Los Angeles, we continue growing together. Join the journey, and let's make history in LA and beyond. A new era of lacrosse starts now.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse.
25 President's Cup brought to you by our sponsor, Summit Access Solutions. Summit Access Solutions, Sport Durham, DKI CRCS, and Kimusabi. Grown, your trusted friend in cannabis. If you're a First Nations dispensary looking for top quality products, please reach out to Brendan Bomberry at info@kimosabi.ca. This third period is brought to you by Langille's Metal Recycling. Turn your scrap into cash at Langille's Metal Recycling in Port Perry. We pay top dollar when you bring your metal to our yard. With a strong focus on safety and environmentally responsible recycling, you can trust Langille to handle your scrap the right way. We also want to give a shout out and sponsor mention to Eco Airflow. Thank you to our game day sponsor who has been providing indoor air quality solutions to customers for over 15 years. Better air can be found at ecoairflow.com and see how science of filtration can improve the air in your home today. As we take a look at the second period highlights here, a couple goals that Drew Dickey of the Blizzard is going to want back, Joe. He is definitely banging his head off the wall maybe a little bit after those goals.
Yeah, those are ones he's got. That now right there you see that great shot by Winnipeg. That's the one shot that they've had where they used it. And then here you're going to see a little bit of transition that works in the favor of Ladner, over and across, and a quick backhand shot. Just fantastic placement. In here again.
Baker able to come off the bench,
Swinging.
wrong side, posting in.
Still, again, I would say that's just playing together, knowing where each other are, and that's the advantage they're going to have here. Here again, swing, and he's just going to use this defender as a screen. Dickey not ready for the shot at all, and Adams able to just put it exactly where he needs to have it.
Well, Bouquet is on the bench to start this third period, Joe. It's going to be Matt Hills that is going to relieve him in net. And Hills did have a good season in the WCSLA, because I believe he had a 4-2 record in the 7 games that he played, or 6 games he played, I should say.
It's a smart move. Get your goalie in, get him some time. You never know when you're going to have to go to that goaltender. So great move by the coaching staff on Ladner.
Players are ready, and here we go. Third period underway here at the 2025 President's Cup. Loose ball going to be won here by the Pios. Bromley up top for Keegan Bell. Bromley on the near side here. He's going to look for somebody. Finds Lacroix. Backdoor shot. Saved on by Dickey. Blizzard got to get it across center quickly, and they're just able to do that to avoid an 8-second count. What's the game plan here if you're Winnipeg, Joe? Do you try and get a couple more goals, or do you just work on systems and learning and trying to build some cohesiveness within the group?
I would love to say, the latter, but honestly, what they're going to have to do is close that number from 9 differential. This tournament is not forgiving. There is no time to really practice and get out there and run through it. They've got to get to it. They've got to get some goals behind it.
We will see if the Blizzard are able to keep the Pioneers out of their own end as much as they can. But these Pios have been playing together all year, and Winnipeg was kind of put together just for this tournament. Haven't really had a lot of time to practice and get to know one another, so they're going to see what they can do. Adamson, shot on, saved by Dickey.
On Dickey, we were looking at it, trying to put it together, and that is the Drew Dickey that I had in Minnesota with me. He played behind Evan Kirk and Tyler Carlson when they were just coming into their own. So great to see Drew still with the game and playing so well and really helping the Winnipeg club.
Many years ago, and probably a lot of hours he spent down there in Minnesota as a member of the Swarm, eh, Joe?
He did, yeah. I mean, it was a great place to play, great fan base, and Drew loved every minute of it. Again, as a third goalie with 2 outstanding young goalies in front of him, it was tough to get him the time.
He's getting some playing time now as he makes another save on after Dylan Lacroix gets a shot on. Loose ball now, going to be corralled by Winnipeg is all it has it. He's going to outlet it. Ball is going to come over to Matthew Carlin, and he's going to wait for the Winnipeg offense to come out, and he's going to go off for a change.
You know, one thing Winnipeg's got to do, you got a new goalie in there. Let's test him out. Let's get some shots on him here. See what he's got, where his weaknesses might be, and test him out.
I was watching him in warm-up a little bit, and he's not the most agile goalie in net. I was watching Hillsy Joe, so if Winnipeg's able to shoot at his feet and at his lower body down by the hips,
yeah,
maybe they'll be able to get a ball or two past. And we have a penalty now, as a play along the boards is going to result in the trail official calling a penalty against the Pioneers. And that looks like
number 28.
Douglas Porter is going to be the culprit here. And we'll wait for the call. It's going to be an illegal cross-check along the boards as, I guess, Porter bumped or checked his man a little too heavily into the boards, and he will sit for 2 minutes or less as Winnipeg will get their first power play opportunity of the game.
Strong left.
It's going to be Patra, LaBerge, Newman, Mulvaney, and De La Rue out there. De La Rue with it.
Just a little bit high to go from that shooter to the crease. It's a tough pass to make on the same side.
Loose ball now. Gurney in on it along with, I believe that's Parnell, it is, and he gets taken down. Parnell not too happy about that. Nonetheless, grabs his stick, and Winnipeg will go back on offense here.
Good wheels by the official to get that errant stick over to the bench.
Being a ref myself, I know all about that quick sprint you got to do. Pick up the stick, get it over to the benches, and then get right back into position. It's not an easy sprint you got to do. Patra up top, saved on by Hills. And Winnipeg had an opportunity to collapse in on Slade, but Slade was able to get out of that and split the defense and get it across center. Oh, that is not a good look at all. As you had a Blizzard player go head first into the boards, but they appear to get up. Bell and Newfield appear to have a quick moment, laugh each other, hug it out, and appears to be all good here. 35 seconds remaining here in this power play for Winnipeg.
Yet to really put too much to it.
Patra down low, trying to go far side for Newman, but unable to make something happen. And that's going to be Justin Gurney.
Probably pretty content just to sit back to the outside and kill off the final 12 seconds of this.
That's a bit of a heavy slash from De La Rue that Adamson was not too pleased with. He put his arms up and maybe said something to the officials in their direction, being like, hey, what the heck?
Back to even strength.
Shot on, saved by Dickey. Long rebound now. Adamson being roughed up by Melito. Anthony Melito, that is. Shot on, saved by Dickey. He corrals that. He's going to look for an outlet, and he's going to be able to find Jack Ney. 5 minutes gone here in this third period. Ladner still up 10-1.
They've got to protect that ball just a little stronger in transition.
Lacroix gets a shot off, but that's a save by Dickey. And I believe that is Henning able to come away with that loose ball as he did the old one-hand swim move. Look at me cradling it up here and able to find an outlet pass.
Just a little too tall for those Winnipeg defenders.
Henning outside shot saved on by Dickey. Bromley going to try and corral it, and he's able to get that. As he ran from the left side all the way over to the right east to corral that loose ball. Molisi. Hard pick by Bromley. Looks backdoor. Forselius inside, scores.
Forselius just had an incredible game so far. I mean, his hustle has been everything. I thought, you'd think up by 9, Ladner might just kind of be happy to move it around. But again, that goal differential is going to come back to work in their favor later in this tournament for sure.
Look what they're able to do. Two-man game inside, send it far side, back to the middle. That is textbook two-man far side swing lacrosse right there, Joe.
Yeah, that seems to be their go-to, and it's been working for them, obviously. Swing and then cut through the middle. And it's there. That Winnipeg defenders just aren't picking that up as they come underneath them.
Newman and Williams at the faceoff dot again. Newman has been able to win one draw, but it's been Williams all the rest for the Pioneers. Loose ball comes out, though. That's going to be a win for the Blizzard. Korshen is going to come up and play some offense now. He's a big lefty that might be able to provide some firepower. De La Rue. Waiting for LeBerge. So with that 11th goal on for Forselius, that's his 3rd of the game, which is a natural hat trick for himself, and that's his 4th of the game. Good tournament start for him, Joe.
That's an incredible start. And, you know, Ladner is going to need that where they score by committee to be able to be successful against some of these top teams that they're going to face in this tournament.
You also have to remember, this is a week-long tournament, 8 teams here.
Hey.
Shoot, scores! I will get back to my point in a minute, but
Mulvaney coming in off the far crease, inside crease, sorry.
Winnipeg gets their 2nd of the game, and they were pretty happy about that. Sticks were banging on the boards.
Well, they should be, right? They got some ball movement here, a swing and then a dump down underneath with a BTB, and then far post. So they test Hill early, and they find one. 7 minutes in, and they find one behind him.
Something that you love seeing in lacrosse, Joe, is when you have a player on the crease, just reaches their stick around and able to pot a goal in.
Uses that extension, yeah. Well, if you're Winnipeg, you've got to celebrate the little things.
You do.
That's something right there. And again, their hustle has been uncontested. They've just been fantastic hustle behind them. It's just playing together.
Of course. It's been another draw win for the Pioneers. Back to the point that I was making earlier, just before Mulvaney was able to score that. When you have tournaments like this and there's 7 or 8 teams and it's a week long, you have to look at depth scoring. It's not just 1, 2, or 3 players that you're going to have to rely on. It's going to be, you know, that 5th, 6th, even that 7th forward that you have out there on that offensive unit that's going to need to step up and provide a little bit. Because when you get to those big games, you're not going to be able to win games 11-10, 12-11, whatever that case may be. It's going to be a 7-6 game, whatever.
Well, and you're seeing Adamson, you know, Adamson and Bell kind of do what they want out there, their size, their experience, their athleticism. You're going to come up against these top teams that are going to lock them off. So you're going to have somebody else be able to finish these things for them.
De La Rue with it. 15 on the shot clock. Far side. Korshen shoots, scores!
Well, I think you said they just put him out on the left side offense, and his size definitely paid off there with his reach.
Korshen moved up from the D to the O door, got a little bit of a promotion, and he's able to score Winnipeg's 3rd goal of the game and of the tournament. The lead is now 8.
Yeah, so again, swing, and then he just finds some space inside that Pio defender, just sitting back off him a little bit, gave him that time and space he needed.
And Hills might want that one back as it hit his leg pad and was able to go off him and in.
It's always a challenge for a goalie to come in after watching 2 periods, you know, up by a lot. Your defense is maybe a little more relaxed.
So it's 11-3 now for Ladner. 11.5 minutes remaining here in this final frame. Start to have a little bit of momentum now, but they need to make sure they get the stops on Ladner, and something like that may not help them. When you have the 2-man game, you have to make sure that one goes to ball and one stays with their man. You can't be ball watching all the time, because Keegan Bell, had he caught that ball, he was all alone on top of the crease.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're going to watch anybody, it should be there's 2 or 3 guys that have had their way with them tonight.
Potter to the middle, shoot, stopped on. Bezecki was looking for Mulvaney backdoor, but unable to find it. 20 seconds left now. That's Poitras. Pass on for Mulvaney, unable to corral it, so it's going to be De La Rue with the ball now. He looks for a shooting lane, stopped on by Hills. Loose ball in front. That rolls into the crease, and Ladner's going to come away with it.
You see Winnipeg play with a little bit of pep in their stride here, so it's nice to see. Offensively, they're getting it done, a little bit of pressure, locked off, and there's a turnover on time.
Speaking of that pressure, they just caused an 8-second violation. Yeah. Winnipeg will get the ball back. De La Rue with a shot that misses, and I'm not much of a football guy, Joe, but was a field goal good on that? I think he missed the net by about 4 or 5 feet.
Well, if you get 3 points on it, maybe you give it a whirl, right? But
3 seconds left in the shot clock. De La Rue is just going to roll it down. Adamson with the ball now.
Adamson's seen a lot of floor time. He's playing offense, he's playing defense, power play.
Very versatile player. 10 minutes remaining, less than here in this final period. Ladner with a big lead. They're up 8 over the Blizzard. And they're going to try and work on some systems here, try something they probably haven't before and see what happens. As Adamson just tried a BTB shot that he's probably somewhat familiar with, but it's not his go-to one. And Dickey's going to send an outlet pass over to Colin Poitras. Mulvaney looks inside. That got through, and that hit Hills on the path that almost got in.
It was like a pass that got through, and I don't think Hill was ready for that at all.
They had Bezecki in the middle. He was calling for it. Korshin was trying to find somebody backdoor, unable to. That's now Bahunik with it. He comes around, shoots, stop, pad save. And that's going to be we're going to have a penalty coming now to the Pioneers.
I don't want to say there's a shift in momentum here, but it's like Winnipeg has picked their game up a little bit, and I don't know if the Pios have really adjusted. What was the score going into the third? I haven't seen much from the offensive side for the Pios going into it.
No, it was 10-1 heading into the third. Winnipeg's currently winning the third period 2-1.
And honestly, those are the little things you're going to have to celebrate. They're going to have to focus on that. Hey, what can we do in a power play opportunity here? Because it's going to come down to all these little things. So be happy with what you have. You're starting to come together, get a little more cohesive.
8:51 remaining in this third period. Winnipeg will go to their second power play of the game. As Kyle Williams is penalized for a minor penalty for high sticking. So he will sit for 2 minutes or less. Blizzard back on the man advantage. Poitras. De La Rue up top, shoots, scores! De La Rue from Poitras on the power play, and Winnipeg scores their 4th goal of the game.
And again, is that their second power play? Sorry, I'm not sure, Lucas, but just got corrected by a second power play. Great outside shot. I don't know if that just kind of was a worm burner on Hill there that never came up, but couldn't crack it in, and it's great to see Winnipeg get one. Ladner defense going to have to adjust just a little bit to keep themselves out of the box.
So as Joe mentioned, we have just been corrected by one of the Winnipeg fans. It's not De La Rue, it's De La Rue. So De La Rue with the power play marker for Winnipeg. And I think you're right, Joe. I think that is Winnipeg's second power play marker of the game.
Again, they've got to be happy to see the change that they've made here in the third.
We all said it starts with 1. They're now winning the third period, currently 3-1. Let's see if they can maintain that lead as they just forced a missed pass from the Pioneers. 7 on shot clock now for Ladner. Molisi with it. He's going to look inside. Over to Bromley. Unable to get a shot off, and Dickey comes away with it.
That's good defense there. Winnipeg cleaning it up just a little bit.
Making some adjustments that have helped them so far in this third period, and they're going to try and continue to work on them for the remainder of the tournament. Mulvaney over to De La Rue. Pass on for Bezecki. He's unable to handle it, and Matt Hills will corral that in net, and he's going to look for an outlet pass. He's got to hurry, though.
Not
8
a lot of
seconds
time.
is creeping up on them.
Whoa.
That was close.
That was.
Forselius with it. He's alone on an island right now. Waits for a lefty to come in. Lacroix. He gets checked. Henning finds it. He gets pressured near the center line, and he's going to casually throw it into the corner. That's going to be a shot clock violation against Ladner.
Not much coming off that offensive set there. Again, Winnipeg defense playing a little better. Maybe Ladner just off a little bit.
De La Rue. Oh, even I got fooled out on that hidden ball trick, Joe. I won't lie. I thought De La Rue had it on the near side.
It was a good play. Good play.
That was.
Nice.
Poitras spins, shoots, scores!
And there was a delayed penalty on that, so great effort by Potter to draw the penalty, but also to be able to spin in all that traffic and then place it just over top of Hill. You see him here, he just comes around and he gets doubled up, he spins underneath and just right over the left shoulder of Hill.
So Poitras able to get himself on the score sheet. Delayed penalty is washed off, so we will play 5-on-5 as we just did on that possession. 6:41 remaining. Blizzard starting to claw their way back into this game.
Well, they're making a game of it.
They
I mean,
are.
honestly, they had every reason just to say, okay, let's play this out and see how it goes. But 4-1 in the third tells you that they've made some adjustments and it's paid off.
Kyle Williams with another draw win. He's been great for them at the face-off dot so far today.
When I think he's only lost 2 all day.
If you take 10 draws and you only lose 2 of them, that's 80%. I take that percentage any day.
Right, that's Jake Withers type percentage.
Absolutely. Speaking of Jake Withers, himself and the Peterborough Lakers extended the Major Series Lacrosse League playoffs, Ontario Finals, to 5 games as they won Game 4 last night. 9-8, 10-9 the final, I believe, Joe?
9-8, yeah, it was a great lacrosse game in Peterborough, and both teams just played incredible.
I caught a little bit of that game last night. Sold out crowd at PMC or close to.
2,900 were in attendance for the game. Yeah, it was fantastic. Drew Hutchison played incredible in that for the Lakers. Made a big difference.
Game 5 of that series will be tonight in Six Nations at the ILA. Game time, I believe, is 8 p.m., and you can catch that on Daryl Smart Media. But before you can watch that game, you have to watch the President's Cup here on JVI Sports Network as Colin Poitras tried to get a shot off, but that's going to result in a shot clock violation as he was unable to get a shot on goal. Porter with it. He's going to leave it for Forselius, who has 4 goals on the day, maybe an assist or 2.
Big save by Dickey.
Big save. Loose ball on the turf now. Both teams battling for it, and it's going to come away for the Blizzard, but before that happens, so an illegal pick on that play is going to see Ladner have the ball. And Forselius has 3 goals on the day. He did have that natural hat trick, which he talked about, and he has 2 assists on the day. So already 5 points for him in this tournament. Lacroix gets in, shoots, glove save by Dickey.
That's 3 great saves by Dickey here just in that last transition.
And he had no outlet help, so he just had to throw it across, and Mitch Winter picked that up. Bromley shoots, saved on by Dickey again. Robbery on the doorstep, and Winnipeg needs to get some help going as they need to get across the timeline.
Yeah,
they have no help coming. Bounce pass.
Oh.
Intended for Bezecki.
That's a tough one because now the defense are right back out on the floor again.
Just over 4 minutes remaining here in this third period. Molisi, far side for Henning. Up top for Cody Adamson, who played his junior career here inside this building, so he's got some experience here as he tried to get a shot past Dickey, unable to. Winnipeg, able to get across the timeline now. Carlin with it. Winnipeg looking to make something happen here. They've been able to find some success against Matt Hills, and they're going to see if they can keep doing it. Poitras tried to go up and under, but that ball became loose. Shot clock violation. And crease at the same time, so either way, it's going to be a turnover on the Blizzard, and the Pioneers will have it.
Yeah, Winnipeg's going to want a little more out of their offense than that. They had some success, to your point, pulling off some great goals here. They want to run with that and keep it going, get their defense hot.
They do. They want to try and keep their defense on the bench as much as they can, keep the offense out there, and try and get a couple more goals for that goal differential, as well as just, it's fun to score.
I have noticed they've made a big shift on Adamson. Adamson is covered on ball and off ball, so he's not getting a lot of the room he was getting in the first 2 periods.
So James Baker, who had that amazing wrong side post and goal. Seems to get knocked down on that play. He was hobbling off the bench, and I see him go down the tunnel right now, Joe. So we'll keep an eye on him. If he comes back, as there's 2.5 minutes left in this game, so he may just call it quits for this one.
I think so. There's no sense. I mean, this is a grueling tournament. You know, they play, you know, I don't know, 7 games, 6 games, or whatever it is in their duration, and it's just, it's not even like the Man Cup. You know, there's a break for a couple of days or whatever. They're right back at it tomorrow.
They are. For both of these teams, you can see them back in action tomorrow at 2 p.m. as the Winnipeg Blizzard will be playing the Allegheny Arrows. And at 8 p.m., it will be the Ladner Pioneers taking on the host, Brooklyn Merchants. All games can be watched on JVI Sports Network. Shot clock violation on Ladner. 2 minutes remaining here in this first game of the 2025 President's Cup, brought to you by JVI Sports Network. That's LeBurge that tried to go underneath. He's unable to find something. But Korshen, shovel shot saved on by Hills. And we got a bit of some rough stuff here a little bit. Blizzard player on top of a Pios guy.
It actually looked like they just kind of got tripped up, with no shoving after. They just got tangled up with each other trying to get off the floor.
So Ladner will maintain possession here. 90 seconds now remain here in the third period. If you're a Ladner, I think you're just going to use up all this 30 seconds. Wouldn't you say, Joe?
I think so, but I mean, like I said, I'm going to go back to it. Every goal is so crucial in that differential. And you can see Adamson still very much going hard to the net. Winnipeg would love one more. They're not, they got to make that line.
I think that's the one thing that Winnipeg is getting used to, is that 8 seconds and how quick it is, and also the pressure that they saw all game from Ladner. 1 minute remaining here in the first game.
Oh.
Patra almost had it, gets a BTB shot on Hills. That's going to be a loose ball. And who's going to come away with it? That's going to be a push on the back, and Winnipeg's going to maintain it.
They've shown a lot of hustle here to try and get this last one if they can possibly drum one up. Going hard to the net, good resets.
Rahunik over Delera. Patra thought about shooting, going to send it over to Delera. He gets a shot off, that gets blocked.
You got 20 seconds left on the clock for the Pios to decide if they want one more shot, if they're quite content just hanging out. And it looks like Jensen's motioning just to sit to the outside. Winnipeg won't push either. The game is what it is now, 11-5.
So, as the final seconds tick down here, it will be the Ladner Pioneers picking up their first win of the tournament. 11-5 is your final. Winnipeg will drop to 0-1. Ladner at 1-0. And these two teams, as we said, will be back in action tomorrow. Winnipeg at 2 p.m. against the Allegheny Arrows. Ladner will take on the host Brooklyn Merchants tomorrow night at 8 p.m. But for both of these teams, before we get off the air here, Joe, great efforts from both of them in game one of this tournament, as, like we said, they have a long week ahead of them.
Pios come in and did kind of what we thought they would do. They had some good offensive players, some real good, good size, great goaltending by Bouquet early on in the first 2 periods. The thing that I'm most encouraged about, and if I'm Winnipeg or a fan or a coach or a player, is just the resilience to come back in the third period and do what they did. So fantastic outing by them.
So the upcoming schedule here for the rest of the day, as we just had the 10 a.m. game between Winnipeg and Ladner is over. The Pioneers come away with the victory. In just over an hour from now, the Edmonton Miners will be taking on the Saskatchewan Roadrunners. 4 p.m. today, we'll see the Six Nations Rivermen, the Ontario Senior Lacrosse runners-up to the Brooklyn Merchants. They will be taking on the Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League champions and the Snake Island Muskies. Just after that game, we will have the opening ceremony of the President's Cup, which is always something to watch, and I'm looking forward to that, as I know you are, Joe, as well. And then the big matchup tonight at 8 p.m., we'll see the host team, Brooklyn Merchants, taking on the Allegheny Arrows. That's your schedule for the day, folks. We will see you back here in just over an hour from now when the Miners take on the Roadrunners. But before that happens, we will Send it down to the floor for the player of the game presentations.
And to present the Player of the Game Awards, CLNA Commissioner Jim Bumhoff. And for the Winnipeg Blizzard, number 29, Alexander De La Rue. And for Ladner, number 10, Eric Versilis.